Give me your theory of friction.
So basically, the idea of friction is that there is value in things being like a tiny bit difficult. And so when we use digital tools, like there really isn't a lot of friction. Like dating apps, it makes dating very easy. DoorDash makes things coming to your house very easy. So you can kind of have this like frictionless existence. You also have an algorithm that's designed around you. And so you can be served anything within your echo chamber, and you don't ever have to, if you don't want to, kind of think outside of whatever you want to be thinking about. Whereas in the physical world, there's a lot of friction. So if anybody's flown over the summer, it might have been a challenging experience because we don't have enough air traffic controllers. We don't have enough people doing maintenance on the plane. And it's just like little things like that, feel like they should be simpler, and they feel like they should be running smoother, and they're not, because they're not part of the digital universe that gets so much money and investment. And so it's this idea that there's a bunch of friction in the physical world and perhaps not enough in the digital world.
Do you think those things are connected, that there's become so much friction in the real world of building things and accomplishing things, that it's created this like flight to the digital world, that people are overinvested in the digital world because we have done such a bad job managing friction in the real world?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to be online. You don't have to like reckon with stuff unless you want to. And so I think you can create this curated experience. And people write about this too. Like your Instagram page is your best moments ever. And so you can kind of have this life that isn't your life. Whereas in the physical world, you might just be dealing with like headache after headache. Like, how do I pay this bill? How do I make rent this month? How to make sure I'm still succeeding in my job? All of those things.
So for you, there's a connection between friction and meaning, or frictionlessness and meaninglessness.
Yeah.
How do you draw that?
I mean, I think the idea is that when things are a little too easy, it's tough to find meaning in it. Like if the way I think it might be best to visualize it is WALL-E. So like if you're able to kind of lay back and, watch a screen on your little chair and just have smoothies delivered to you, like it's tough to find meaning within that kind of WALL-E lifestyle, because everything is just a bit too simple. Like the good parts of life often come through the hardest struggles. And I think that is where people do find a lot of meaning. And that's what all the greats, write about, is like the struggle is the path. Keep pushing the rock up the hill, more or less.